Yo, what is up, YouTube? This is your boy, Red Death Animations here. Like, comment, subscribe, new music coming out soon. Share with your boys. This video is gonna be about, a recent controversy concerning, one of my favorite animes and all that, One Punch Man. Now, here's a little disclaimer. I'm on anime only. I'm an anime only, so I don't read the manga. I've been spoiled here and there, but I don't really understand what's going on in the manga, so I wasn't spoiled too much. But I'm mostly anime only, so please spare me in the comment section. But this video is more like I want to give my take on things. So recently, if y'all don't know, One Punch Man season 3 has been out for weeks now, and we're currently heading to episode 6 this Sunday. By the time of this recording, it's Friday, so this coming Sunday is gonna be episode 6. This video is gonna mostly be about episode 5, though. That's the most recent episode, and that's when all this controversy really started to reach a peak, a new height. And the controversy is about the animation quality of this season. And the lackluster animation has been an issue ever since season 2. Season 1 is when everyone considers like peak animation and Sakuga and whatnot. So that's just a little info dump on all that. And episode 5, here's my honest viewpoints on it. I have a mixed opinion on season 3. Season 3. I have a mixed opinion about all this, and I'll be honest, when I saw episode 5, I wasn't angry. If anything, it's very rare I get angry about bad animation or lackluster animation. Here's something about me, right? And if y'all don't know, I know how to animate. I'm a bit of an animator myself. I've been animating since I was so fucking little. I've been animating for a very long time, so I know how it's like to animate. I understand all these things going on. But here's one thing that y'all don't know about, even to viewers that have been watching my channel multiple times. I have very low standards when it comes to animation when I'm watching cartoons. I'll tolerate so much shit from a cartoon. It's to the point where I won't even realize that the animation is bad. I won't even realize the animation is bad. I'm just watching the episodes. Maybe I'm enjoying the comedy, the voice acting, the music, the art, whatever the fuck. I don't even remember the last time I got angry that animation was bad from a show. I can't recall the last time I got angry in regards to shitty animation. And when I watched this recent One Punch Man season 3 episode 5, I came out of that episode feeling how I always feel. I don't feel any anger. I didn't feel any anger or hatred. I didn't talk shit. I didn't feel like making a rant video about it. But you know what, right? Let me let y'all know something, right? Bear with me, because I know that a lot of people watching right now, they were probably outraged when they saw season 3 episode 5. I understand that, but just wait until I finish my point. Wait, just understand, I'm trying to deliver everything as the best way I can. But I'm gonna let y'all know something right now. Coming out of this episode, as y'all know, I didn't feel anything negative. Well, I felt mixed maybe, but at the very worst, I felt mixed. But I'll let y'all know something. Remember how I said I'm an anime only? Well, I was watching or reading comments. I'm watching videos in the comments and reading the comments of those videos. I was watching clips and views and all that stuff of the episode. And when people were informing others that this episode was supposed to be one of the biggest episodes in the entire show, not just season or anything. No. Apparently, Garo versus Orochi was supposed to be one of the biggest fights in the entire series so far. When I was informed about that, when I read comments and I was informed about that, that's when I began to I couldn't sit back and just shut the fuck up. I couldn't. There's people that were defending One Punch Man, and then there's people that were shitting on One Punch Man. man. And I was in the middle. I was minding my damn business, alright? I was minding my own damn business. But most of me wanted to defend One Punch Man because I didn't think the animation was complete dog shit. You know, I didn't think it was too much. I didn't think it was that deep. But when I learned that they this is the animation quality they chose to input in one of the biggest manga fights in the entire series, I can't really defend that. Like, I'm starting to understand why people are pissed about this season's animation, even season 2. But I've seen more outrage towards season 3's animation. You know, I've been watching One Punch Man, and yes, despite me being an anime only, I've been watching One Punch Man since like 2015, 2016. I've been here from the start, nigga. I was here for season 1, I was here for season 2, so I'm now here for season 3 because One Punch Man is one of the best animes I've ever seen, etc. And here's my honest thoughts on like just a general animation problem with this shit, right? I'm gonna be honest with you guys though, right? Like, when I seen the basic animation from season 2 and season 3, part of me was kind of glad that the animation got nerfed in these 2 seasons. I know this sounds like absurd. It sounds crazy. Like, y'all probably never seen someone be like, oh my god, I'm glad One Punch Man got bad animation. But remember what I said, right? Bear with, cause y'all don't understand. Right? Here's my explanation before y'all start talking shit in the comments. You know, just remember I said I've been watching One Punch Man since season 1. It's been about 10 years, right? I've been watching One Punch Man since season 1. Now, this is something that a lot of people probably don't remember, or they didn't know happened. But when season 1 of One Punch Man was a thing, right? It was one of the biggest things in the world, right? It was one of the biggest things in the fucking world, especially on the internet. And I'm happy about that. I was happy about that. But with all that fame and notoriety came this bullshit. Came certain things that I thought were bullshit. One of the things I thought was bullshit is like people were glazing the fuck out of One Punch Man. It was either people saying One Punch Man was better than Dragon Ball Z and One Piece and Attack on Titan and shit like that. And then there were people saying that fucking Saitama, he has unlimited power and he can one-shot your favorite MC. He can one-shot Goku. He can one-shot Beerus. He can one-shot the Grand Priest. This nigga can one-shot Eren or whatever the fuck, you know, the rumbling Eren. People were saying shit like that as an example. I don't know if the rumbling was a thing in 2015 for Attack on Titan. It's just a little example. Basically, whatever anime, manga is made in the future from that time period or the past, your average One Punch Man dick rider would be like Saitama solos, Saitama one-shots. The same thing for Sword Art Online. People were glazing back in like 2012, 2013. I remember, I was small, but I remember this shit. Back in like 2013, people were glazing the fuck out of Sword Art Online. They were saying that Sword Art Online is the best show ever and is better than One Piece and Bleach and Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. They were glazing, and like it was people around my age, people that weren't around to like enjoy Dragon Ball Z when it was still airing. So they didn't have any idea of like the historical significance of Dragon Ball Z. So literally anything that came out in the 2010s, young people my age thought, oh my god, this anime is the best thing ever. It's better than One Piece. It's better than Dragon Ball Z. Oh my god. Saitama Solo's Grand Zeno. Saitama Solo's God. Like, people were dick riding the fuck out of One Punch Man. It's like all they watch is this new shit. They don't look at the history. They don't do their research. They don't know how to power scale. Everyone suddenly became a power scaler after Saitama was one-shotting niggas in his show. Like, I get, you know, everyone has the right to have an opinion. But I just like, I don't give a fuck if you have the the right to have your opinion. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, fuck your opinion. Suck my dick. Fuck your opinions. Your opinion is bullshit. Your opinion is fucking garbage. So it's like, I'm not happy that One Punch Man's animation got nerfed, but at the same time, when I look at the One Punch Man fan base crying that their favorite anime turned to shit, I kind of feel satisfied about that. Cause 10 years ago, y'all was the ultimate glazers. Y'all was the ultimate cum guzzlers. Y'all thought Saitama soloed all fiction. Y'all were calling Saitama some gag character. Y'all were calling this nigga, and I've been spoiled, so I know how this, a certain fight. I'm not gonna let y'all. I caught myself. I was about to fucking spoil some shit, though. I was telling y'all to spare me in the comments, so I'm gonna do the same and spare y'all in this video. I'm not gonna spoil shit, but I'm gonna let y'all know, like, this is probably karma. Look, right? I could be petty, I know that, but y'all don't understand, like, everywhere back in 2015, like, everywhere I went on the internet, it was some One Punch Man dick writer. Like, y'all niggas gotta sit the fuck down, bro. Y'all niggas gotta sit the fuck down. This is what happens when y'all start glazing, like, pipe the fuck down, nigga. Do your fucking research. Y'all understand how big and massive Dragon Ball was when it was still going on? Put some respect on Akira Toriyama's name. Put some respect on the late Akira Toriyama's motherfucking name. I'm currently watching One Piece, right? I've been watching One Piece for a few years now, but like I was watching One Piece from the start ever since like 2022. Boy, back in 2013, I would look at certain One Piece arcs on Toonami. Like, this was back when Water 7, Eddie's... This was back when, Water 7, Eddie's Lobby would happen. So I fucks with One Piece a lot, too. And I'm saying, like, I grew up, like, thinking Naruto was the greatest anime ever. Now, this was before I even knew what Dragon Ball was. But because I grew up with Naruto and shit. And One Piece is one of the big three, whatever they call it. So when I see people glaze One Punch Man, it's like, do y'all know y'all history? Like, do y'all niggas understand y'all history? Like, there's a difference between like having an opinion and just like, you're just spouting bullshit. There's a big difference between having an opinion and just like saying some bullshit. Like, do your fucking research. Know your history. Like, Dragon Ball Z is the god, like, it's the father of this shit, bro. Dragon Ball Z is the godfather. And I know y'all gonna be like, oh my god, just because Dragon Ball Z came first don't mean it's better. I'm not saying that. It's just like, have y'all watched these shows, dissected these shows? I looked at, dude, I began watching One Piece in 2022, and this is one of the most well-written anime I have ever seen in my fucking life, dude. Like, I'll even go as far as to say, like, One Piece is, like, better written than fucking Naruto. Maybe even Dragon Ball. Who knows, right? When people say all this One Punch Man shit, it's like it feels like they've never even watched Marineford. They've never watched fucking the fourth great Shinobi War, whatever the fuck. They never watched any Bleach arc. They just watched One Punch Man, Seven Deadly Sins, Sword Art Online, fucking Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, even Jujutsu Kaisen has glazers, but look, right? I've never really watched past episode 4, season 1, so I'm not gonna say much about Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'm planning on watching that anime, seeing what the hype's about. There's Jujutsu Kaisen glazers, but it wasn't as bad. Like, it's not as bad as what I used to see from the One Punch Man fan base back in season 1. Like, y'all gotta, y'all gotta do better, bro. Y'all gotta do better. But that's a One Punch Man, I don't want to stray away from, the main topic too much, but I'll also say, I hate when, like, big corporations, they don't listen. Like, y'all have, like, don't they know that the fan base has been complaining for 6+ years? Because there was a big gap between season 2 and 3. Season 2 was like, what, 2019, 2018, 2019, and 2025 is season 3. I don't know if they call it Bankai Namco, Budokai, Bankai. I don't fucking know how they say that, Japanese shit. I don't know what the fuck. Whoever is making whoever is funding the animation, because I'm not blaming the animators. I'm not blaming the animation team. They're just doing their job, and they're not given a lot of time to really lock in. You know how time consuming animation is, but they want to rush the process. These higher ups, these corporate dickheads, they want to rush the process. Like, these animators are human beings. The director on Twitter, the animation director dude, whoever the fuck, I don't know if it's a woman or a man because I don't know how they look. But there's people in the team that are on Twitter. They're answering fans, like they're listening to the rants and they're answering the fans. And I kind of respect them for that, They're not staying silent, unlike the higher ups that pay them to animate. They're not I feel like these animators who are answering to the fans, they shouldn't have to say shit. They're not the ones at fault here. The corporate fucktards should be the ones, getting on Twitter and answering to the fucking outrage instead of staying silent. I hate that shit. Millions of people are ranting and complaining about some, and these rich ass millionaires, billionaires, they don't come out and say shit. They just ignore. People have been outraged since fucking season 2. What has these corporate fuck nuggets said ever since? It's been 6 years. Has these people that have all this money and power, have they come out and said shit about the animation? I don't know. I don't know, because I don't do all that research on this particular part of the top. But they should come out and say some if they haven't said anything, I hate that shit, because throughout human history, right? Throughout human history, if people in power are abusing shit and mistreating people, they tend to stay silent. But what happens is the people, they get up and they riot. They start protesting. They start fighting. And them rich ass billionaires, they can't ignore that. They can't do nothing about that. And then that's when all these laws and fairness, rules and regulations are put in place. So I know what I said, right? I love watching y'all niggas get mad because y'all was talking all that shit 10 years ago. But at the same time, I'm gonna need y'all to riot. I'm gonna need y'all to get even angrier. Talk your shit. Boycott. Stop watching One Punch Man. Fuck this anime. Let these billionaires know that they can't get away with every fucking thing. They can't ignore this. Y'all ever deal with some dickhead on the internet? If y'all text someone, whether it's a friend or a lover or whoever the fuck, you're mad at them, y'all beefing, and they're not answering your DM. They want to ignore their way out of the situation. That shit pissed me off because I'm over here mad. I'm trying to talk to you about what I'm mad about. It's something that concerns us, and you over here ignoring me like I don't exist. That's some toxic ass shit. So I'm gonna do something you can't ignore. I'm gonna do some shit you can't ignore. You can't ignore this. Now, feel me? Now you gotta come out and talk, because you can't just run away from every little fuck thing that is not going a certain way. You gotta come out and say shit. Own up to your fucking mistakes. Take responsibility. Bandai, whatever the fuck, JC staff, I don't know what the fuck it is. Y'all niggas gotta take responsibility for disrespecting the very people that consume your product. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta come out and say something. Y'all gotta come out and say something. Me personally, I feel like these animators are talented. They just need more time. They need more time to really lock in. Animation, I told y'all in the beginning, I know how to animate. This shit is not you can't just microwave this shit. You gotta really take your time with it. You gotta lock in, bro. So give these animators a break. It's not the animators, it's the people funding them. What they want to do is they want to make the animators animate get as little time, because the more time animators get, the more costs will accumulate for the billionaire. And the funny part is, this is not gonna make the billionaires broke. If animators are given more time to polish their work, these billionaires, they're still gonna be rich as fuck, but they're greedy. They don't want to give that time. They don't want to lose any small percentage of money. They don't want to do that, no. They want to squeeze this shit dry. That's some pussy ass shit, you know. Like, these rich ass niggas, they can feed the homeless and still be rich, but they don't want to do that. Stingy motherfucker. I'm telling y'all, man, they got all this money, but the power is in the people. Y'all niggas gotta lock in, protest, boycott, do what you gotta. The animation not gonna improve itself. Y'all gotta really, like, you know, put y'all foot down, do some. That's just my 2 cents on the matter, you know. Like, comment, subscribe, you know, share with your boy. Y'all got a problem with what I said about the One Punch Man shit? Look, right, I'll be glad to argue with y'all niggas, because I'm gonna stand on what the fuck I said. I'm not these billionaire dickheads, nigga. I'm not gonna ignore shit. I said what I said and I stand on it, nigga. You know, if y'all got a problem with that, do something.